when the reggaeton was not mainstream, before Daddy Yankee came out before Wisin y Yandel, it was very, por decirlo, vulgar, like muy
Ajá.
vulgar. And then like as time passed and it got more commercialized, it started getting more clean.
Yeah. Now it's damn near a love song,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Now it's more pop, and then I feel like Colombia was the one that made that transition into underground, un poco más, more street, more vulgar, into more commercial, más bonito
Uh-huh.
for all ears.
Very
And
true.
then Colombia gave that reggaeton the new sound, and then that also I feel like that helps with como con el sabor que los colombianos tienen con la música, you feel me?
Sí, 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 sí. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about, bald version, but still beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I am also very ecstatic, you know what I'm talking about, to bring you another glorious guest before us. But before we get to introducing the powerhouse of a guest that we have today, ladies and gentlemen, what are you doing? Go on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Go on Spotify, go on Deezer, go on all that good stuff, Apple Podcasts, subscribe, Instagram, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you can stay up to date with every single one of our brand new guests. And speaking of brand new guests, ladies and gentlemen, how ecstatic am I to be able to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, a man, you know what I'm saying, traversing the world. This man right here is traversing the nation and beyond to be able to put on performances for the masses. You know what I'm saying? We were able to schedule this in a very tight window, and I am also very ecstatic that we were able to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in the hallowed Midnight in Miami halls, we have LB in the hands. My brother, how you doing today?
Thank you, man. Super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Super excited, to be a part of your podcast.
Oh, man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? The man came correct. You know what I'm saying? The man's got the fashion on deck. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to, I guess, diving into it all, I always like to, I guess, start at the roots. My brother, talk to me. How did everything get started? You know, where did the passion for music, for performance, for arts, where did this all come from?
Well, like, technically, I've been around music my whole life. My dad's also a very big musician. Él es salsero, salsa. And then I've always my whole life been breathing the music since I was born, pretty much. And then I remember when I was living in Colombia, I was born there, and then I remember I was like 7 years old and MTV came out. I was like 6 or something, so I was like hooked on that, watching the music videos.
Damn.
And I just fell in love. I used to be a rocker back in the day.
Oh, really? Oh,
when MTV came out, it was mostly like punk rock.
right. Spiky hair and everything.
And then I moved to the U.S. to Miami when I was 8 years old, and then I started listening a lot to 50 Cent, G Unit, The Game.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
2000s vibe, and then.
Oh man, that was an Echo Unlimited right there, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What you mean? Oh, hell yeah.
And then from there you start like falling in love more with the music, and then I was like 15 or 16 in high school, and then I started producing, making beats for the local artists, for the artists in school, and then that was throughout the years. And then at 19, I was like 21. I dove into I was working at a job at Mikosuki.
Okay.
I was working graveyard, like a horrible shift, but whatever. And then I was doing that for like 2 years, and then I was talking to my dad one time, and I told him, yo, I have this idea. I wanna, you know, get into, like dive completely into the music. And then I remember that day I quit my job. I sold my car. I had a 2000 at the time, and then I sold the car, and then with that money I paid my first like recording, my
Damn.
video, and then like a media tour in Ecuador, and we dove into Ecuador, and then it did really good. Shows started coming up, and then from then I've just been there, completely in, and then poco a poco ir escalando. Then we got into Mexico, and then yeah, like since then I just been breathing everything music.
Damn! Wow. Where does that drive, those blinders come from to quit your job, sell your car, everything on the same day, and you know what I'm saying, a snap of a finger? Where does that come from?
I feel like there in that job, I found myself one night sitting like it was like 5 in the morning. 'Cause I still clock in at midnight,
Oh.
and then get out the next day at 9 a.m.
Oh
So it was
man.
just one of those days that was like 5, 6 a.m. It was just super empty, and I was just like, damn, what am I doing in my life? I'm
Right.
just stuck here. I'm like, I gotta do something, and like, it was like that for like a week, and I just thought about like, yo, I gotta get back to the music. And then shit, I just it's like betting.
Right.
I just bet everything. I was like, oh, if I stay here, I'm gonna be doing the same thing over and over again
Yeah.
every day.
You already know the answer to
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I know tomorrow, and if I stay here from a year from now, it's gonna be the same thing. Maybe you go up like $1 or something. So I just bet. Aposté, on myself, and then
You went all in, baby.
Yeah, exactly,
Oh
yeah.
man. You mentioned your dad is salsero. Why don't you talk to us about some of the influences, the musical influences that you had growing up?
well, yeah, my dad was he was the director of Grupo Nietzsche. Grupo
Okay,
Nietzsche.
yeah.
Also Jairo Varela, like the owner of the group. That's my he passed away. He was my godfather. He's worked with Guayacan, Basilos, even Mark Anthony.
Basilo.
My dad got a Grammy with Mark Anthony. He was part of the production for Valió la Pena, the
Wow.
whole album. So, and then from there he released his own project, and it was like a big boom. And now he's also touring, traveling with his own project. But he's been he's also worked with Celia Cruz.
Wow.
Shit, I can think of, but it's Tito Nieves.
Wow. Do you think that, given that you come from such a musically inclined household, did you ever even think about doing anything else, or was it always music from the get-go?
Yeah, as a kid, I even thought to myself, oh, like I never really worried about the future, because I never really worried about the future, because I always gave it for a fact that, oh, I'm gonna be something in the music. I'm gonna be a producer. So I was never really worried. And then as kid mentality, obviously,
Right.
still like mad innocent. And then with time, with life hits, I was working. I had to pay bills, toda la vaina.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, I don't know. I found myself in the moment, like, okay, this is the time. This is the time to to leave all the bullshit back, like start not wasting time with
Right.
life, and then yeah, just dive in completely again, and then now's when I know, like, that this is what I was supposed to be doing the whole time.
Damn. Wow. Did you ever have a moment that you realize that this is not a hobby, that this is gonna be something you devote yourself to? Was that the moment that you quit your job and sold your car, or was there any other moment that you're like, okay, this is not a game, this is not what I'm gonna do on the side, like this is numero uno?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, like, I was a little poco loco. I was out, like, I had a sport bike. I was out, trying to pick up girls. I was like, I was in Miami, the different vibe too. So, when I'm from high school, I started, I will get into it. I'll step back because, the friends, the parties. So I'll always be back and forth, back and forth. Same thing with the job. Like I had the job and then I'll be going out parties and stuff, and the music will be a little bit. And then, yeah, when I started, when I did the first big investment with the car money and all that stuff, and then I started, touring, doing interviews. Then I knew like, oh shit, it's just serious. This is not just record music and that's it. This is like you gotta live this 24/7. This is like a 24/7 career. Yeah, social media, all that stuff.
Oh man, and that's another thing I want to get into. Social media. Being an artist in 2022 is not the same as being an artist in 1980. There's so many different aspects, so many different venues. I mean, back then, if you wanted to contact an artist, you had to see how you could send a letter and maybe get in their PO box and all this shit. Now you just slide in the DMs. How important is social media for you? I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the coveted blue check mark that you have. How important is it for you to be active on social media? Is it a pain? Is it a nuisance? Do you look forward to it? Talk to us about the time investment that is social media for you.
Well, yeah, like hoy en día, the social media is crucial to artists' career. I mean, personally, I'm very, I'm actually in love with I do this music thing because of the art, for the passion I have in the music. I love making music. I wish it was just making music.
Yeah, right?
But then it's part of the job, like I signed, now all in life is rosadito, all pretty, Like, you gotta put in the work and shake it out of your comfort zone at times, So, I mean, I see it like a job, like, oh shit, I gotta take a picture, take a selfie, do this,
right.
the videos. It's it's part of it. Then I guess I kind of got used to, doing and following up with the fans and stuff like that.
Right.
But technically, I'm pretty lazy to do the social media.
Bro, that's funny because a lot of the UFC fighters that come through will say something similar. The same way that you say, "Oh, I wish it was just about the music," they'll say, I wish I could just go in and fight and not have to like go on Instagram and be like, you're a pussy or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could just fight and not have to do all this. Talk to us a little bit about what your reaction was like when you woke up and you had that blue check mark.
Shit, I remember I woke up and I remember it was actually one of my friends. I woke up with some missed calls from my manager, but I remember, I don't know, I just checked Instagram first. I just ignored her calls real quick, and then like one of my best friends was like, oh, he responded to one of my stories, and he's like, oh shit, you're verified now, and I was like, oh what? And I go to my my profile and I saw the check mark. I was like, oh shit, cool. And then like I called back the manager. She's like, oh no, we got it. I was like,
damn, cool, that's what's
up.
Step, Have you noticed like a stark difference as far as how people treat you on social media? Has it been the same? Have more people contacted you? Has it opened opportunities? What has been different?
No, definitely. Yeah, like people, I don't know, like people in social media, they se comen ese cuento de like, oh, you just verified, and like, te hacen caso. I mean, I use it for me conviene,
Para el negocio.
Yeah. And then, like I said, like, certain people will take you more seriously just because you got that.
Of course.
It's easier to contact other people in the industry. So I guess, yeah, it's very... It's a good thing. It's been a plus. I've been able to work with bigger producers. I've been able to link up with big artists in Colombia and Ecuador too.
Speaking of working with producers, give us a couple shout outs. Talk to us about some of the producers that you have recently been working with.
I've worked with Sky Rompiendo.
Big shout out.
Shout out to Sky Rompiendo el Bajo.
Hey.
Kevin ADG.
Hey.
Channel Genio. También son a crazy duo from Medellín.
How do you normally go about making those connections? Is it you worked with a producer and he'll recommend another one, and maybe there's an artist that you know and he'll recommend a producer? Like how did you start making this network of producers that you work
Yeah,
with?
it'd be like that. Be like that. You meet somebody and then you get you build a relationship and they're like, yo, look, I asked them, yo, I need to produce, and then no, no, it's okay. Like yo, oh, I got this contact, and then same thing, or even through social media, just um, emailing, DMing, all that, and then but that's who once you meet them, then like the network starts growing because they put you in on the people. Like I've met, for example, when I worked with Kenny, DG, and Chan, I met like a Grammy winning engineer at the studio, and then I
Wow.
became friends with him, and then just that's already another engineer I know already,
Right, right, right,
and
right.
this is
When you were first starting out like that, and you were starting to break these walls and make these connections, and you have a Grammy winning engineer in front of you, does that motivate you or intimidate you?
I mean at first it could be a little bit intimidating because it just catches you off guard.
Right.
You just be like the first time you be like, or like first time being in a room with, but uh, but at the same time, it motivates me to. No, it tells me, oh look, I'm in the right room. I'm doing things right.
Right.
I'm headed the right way, and just like, well, if I'm with these people, I'm gonna be around these people more and more, and then more of these people, and I'm gonna be surrounded by these people. That's where I'm supposed to be.
Damn. Talk to us a little bit about your recording process. When you go in the booth, have you been writing the song already for 2 months? Are you going in and you're doing everything top of the dome when you record? Are you improvising a little bit? Is it a little bit of both? And if you get a strike of inspiration at 2 o'clock in the morning, do you call your boy and be like, yo, let's go to the booth right now? Like, what's your process like?
I mean, I kind of have it easy because I have a home studio, my setup. I have speakers, my own mic. I
Hey.
also produce myself too. Like actually, maybe the last 3 4 songs that I released has been all me. I also
Oh
write.
wow.
Yeah. So and then on top of that, like, are you saying like maybe it could be different? Like it could take me up to like 2 months to write a song, like, or like one day could be it hits me and I write a song in one day, you know,
Wow.
or like I'm out in the street and I think of like a cool idea and I'm always just catchy and I write it down. I do like a little voice memo with the melody,
Hell
and then I
yeah.
just get home and then throw it down, and then yeah, that too happens. Like I could be laying down at midnight in my bed. I'm like, oh shit, I go to the studio real quick and then just drop it down too.
Damn. What's been the longest you've ever taken to finish a song, and what's been the shortest you've ever taken to finish a song?
The longest of that, shit, maybe like 3 months or something.
Okay.
But also like maybe not every day because sometimes there's
Yeah, you take a break so
yeah
you can
yeah
get
yeah
more ideas. Yeah, yeah.
because your brain gets saturated with information, and
Yeah.
like the actual music is information too, so your brain just gets stuck at a point, so you just gotta chill back, and then but I don't know, shortest time has been like I don't know, 6 hours something like that one day. So
Six
yeah, I just
hours.
quick with it. Like I felt the vibe and I wrote the
Damn.
hook, the verses quick, and then
Like your
once
Wally. God
yeah.
damn, boy. 6 hours. That's a machine. Wow. Damn, damn. Do you try to I guess express yourself or vent in your music? Like let's say you were going through hardships, a breakup, whatever the case that you're going through. Do you try to put it in your music, or do you try to stay to a certain theme, a certain vibe, a certain party like atmosphere? What do you kind of lean towards?
I mean, I'm pretty sure like how I feel the moment it affects the what I write, But yeah, I usually try to write more like stick to for example, I have an idea, Rosas y Chanel. I
Right.
have like that idea, and then I just base off everything I write off that. I have or like a catchy phrase, I write a whole song about that. Or like, oh yeah, how this idea, this breakup idea, and then I think about, okay, what's a catchy phrase, what's a good phrase about our breakup, and then I start writing like that, and then, but I usually never really like, maybe like, oh shit, I'm feeling not like depressed me right now. It's not really like that.
Do
No,
you will you like put people on blast? Like if someone digs you wrong, are you gonna like put their name on the song, or are you not that type of artist?
I mean, for now, no, 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 man. I'm a very chill person. I don't like, if you're stressing and you're beefing with me, like you're beefing by yourself. I'm chilling over here. You'll be stressed. You'll be there.
Hell
Amargado
yeah.
solo. Like,
Hey, amargado soda. That's hilarious.
but I mean, shit depends. I mean, I don't have mind. I don't mind tampoco beefing. I'll throw on with somebody.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Those Danny Chavez lessons, boy.
Yeah,
Shout out Danny Chavez, baby.
Colombian warrior.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Represent, represent. What would you say, I guess, is the influence? When you moved here at 8, you were 8, correct?
Yeah.
When you moved here, you said you started listening to G Unit, 50 Cent, The Game, etc. Do you think that affected your sound today at all, or not really?
Definitely, because there's, like that you fill up your brain with the information. You're just listening to all types of music in your all that information gets stored in your brain, and then when you go make music, you make music from what you know. You get me? From what you've learned, and then I guess it's just a mix of everything I've listened to. I've listened to a lot of salsa, cumbia, reggaeton, hip hop, trap. So it's just like a big mix of everything.
Big mix of everything. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm talking about? We have I said 3 segments, and the first one is actually called Mail Time. You know what I'm talking about? I stole that shit from Blues Clues. And what's it called? And in this beautiful segment, we ask our guests 3 questions that you yourself have submitted, you know what I'm saying, through the DM. So thank you for sending in those questions. And here we go. All right. LB. What influence does Colombia have on your sound?
Colombia, I mean, el folklore, the cumbia, la salsa, the very Latin sounds, the percussions.
Oh, yeah.
And also, for example, when the reggaeton was not mainstream, before Daddy Yankee came out before Wisin y Yandel, it was very, por decirlo, vulgar, vulgar, and then like as time passed and it got more commercialized, it started getting more clean.
Yeah, now it's damn near a love song,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Now it's more pop, and then I feel like Colombia was the one that made that transition into underground, un poco más, more street, more vulgar, into more commercial, más bonito for all ears.
Very true.
And then Colombia gave that reggaeton the new sound, and then that also, I feel like that helps with como con el sabor que los colombianos tienen con la música. You feel?
Sí. Wow. All right. Very good answer. Very good answer to a very good question. Second question from our Mail Time segment. What has been your most receptive audience?
I'll say like in Peru. I've only done one show there. There was that one and the last. I mean, I guess because it's I was just getting in that country, so I remember I went to do the show. I was doing the whole thing, the presentation, and I had the whole show. It was a good show, dancers, smoke, lights, all that good stuff. And then still the people. I mean, also it was like I want to say like like the nice area of Peru, like let's say I don't know, Brico here in
Oh, okay,
Miami, you
okay,
feel me?
okay.
And then so people are very I don't know, like stuck up, I guess. And then they were just looking at you, and I'm looking at me, and I'm there, going all out, and people were like they were feeling the music, but they weren't trying to get up. They were just trying to be there to show status.
Wow. And then it kind of like a contrast. What's been the best audience that you've had so
Oh,
far?
Ecuador's been there for me since day one. Eh, Ecuador's been going wild.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real? Ecuador gets down like that?
yeah, Ecuador's lit.
Okay, damn. I'm gonna have to make my way out there. All right. Third question from our mail time segment. Are you afraid to change up your sound and branch out?
No, no, not at all. I'm always. It's art. Art is not there's no really like math to art. It flows. If I feel good in it, if I feel comfortable in it, like I'm gonna go that way.
Damn.
So like,
Hell yeah,
yeah,
hell
yeah.
yeah. Thank you for sending in those questions. You know what I'm saying? Every single week, send in those questions and we will read them on the air. LB, my brother, I gotta ask, you travel so much, you know what I'm saying? Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, there's so many. Does it take a toll on you? Does it bother you? Do you enjoy traveling? Do you get a headache from having to run in the airport? Like, talk to us about the traveling aspect of it all.
I mean, yeah, like, yeah, it can get a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you're there, let's say there was this one time I had to. I landed in Ecuador, right? In Quito, the airport in Quito, that's the capital. And then from the airport, we drove like 4 hours, como to un
Sheesh.
pueblito, right? That same night, did a show. Right after the show, like at 3 in the morning, had to head back to the airport, take a national flight,
What?
like an hour flight, and then from there an 8 hour drive, like straight mountains like that. So I'm there like no rest, sweaty in the same clothes. I'm there dead in the car. So I mean, but that's part. I mean, it's part of the journey. Like
Right.
now I could enjoy talking about it. I'm like, oh shit, like it's cool, and I know there's gonna be worse things, not
Right.
worse things, but it's gonna be more
Trying
traveling,
things. Yeah, yeah.
more things going on, and then the whole airport thing, yeah, I don't. At first, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to see different cities, but then once you start visiting the same cities, you just like, oh shit.
What was the first time? I always talk to this about. I always talk about this with like the UFC fighters and a lot of the artists that come on here. For me personally, I don't know why, but it's always kind of been like this like big thing that when someone like pays you to travel and like do your art, like for me that's like wow, like
Yeah.
I made it. What was your reaction the first time that you heard that somebody was gonna pay for your flight, that fly you out somewhere else to perform? Like what was that reaction like?
I remember like at first the like when I dropped the song and it was doing numbers in Ecuador, and then we're trying to get the shows, and I remember we had started like at a certain budget, like we can't go under, and then months passed by, and then we only had like one show in like 4 months, and I was like, then I guess we gotta drop down the price, and then I remember, the first shows I was charging like 1,000, 2,000 plus the fly and my stay.
Right.
And then, but also I will go like a whole show. The DJ, the like a whole
A whole
big show,
production,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then it got to a point that I was just like, yo, like just tell them to pay me like the fly,
Right.
just to go expose myself, like,
Right, exactly.
just to be out there.
Get your face out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And then my manager was like, oh, I don't know, we can't do it, we can't be doing that. And I'm like, oh, just do it, because we're losing time, because the song was still popping on the radio, but I wasn't going.
Right.
So
You
then-
want to seize the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, I don't care, just put me out there. No, it's again. Then we got on for like 5,000, and I remember
Hell yeah.
she that day I was opening up for Osuna,
Wow.
and then And then I remember, like, oh, wait, she had told me, oh, this week I'm talking to some guy to open up for a son. I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, tell him, like, I tell him I'll go for free. I was like, yo, I tell him I'll go for free.
Gang.
And then like, and then like a couple days later, she told me, okay, yo, I got the show. And I'm like, oh, like I thought, oh, she did it for free. I'm like,
Right.
oh fuck, I'm out there, I'm out there. And she like, no, look, and she passed me a contract, and I saw, oh, like 5,000. I was like, that's the most, you know, that's a big jump from 1,000 to
Hell
5,000.
yeah.
So, like for what you're saying, am I just gonna go there and just, you know, show my art? You know,
Right.
like, I'm just gonna go.
Damn.
I'm gonna go. I'm getting paid to go vibe out there.
Right. Hell yeah. Wow.
That to me was one of that day was to me one of like the milestones in my career. That I was like, oh shit, like
That was a game changer.
I wanna let's do this. Let's, you know, hype me up a lot. You know, hype me up a
Hell
lot.
yeah. Damn, what a game changer. Talk to me about the importance of having a good manager, a good agent, if you have an agent. How did you find your manager? How did that come about? Because it seems like, you know, they did a phenomenal job in that scenario.
Yeah. No, and I feel like in the music industry, and I think in any industry also, because I know, for like Danny with his manager.
Oh, yeah.
His manager just put him on big stuff, and you know, like in the music industry, there's a lot of people with talent. There's a lot of people with talent out there. I see through Instagram, TikTok, I see a lot of people working hard, producers, artists too, but they need a manager to put you, to connect you with radio stations, to get you shows, to get you interviews, to get you in magazines, newspaper, all that stuff, you know, and it gives you also like the credibility, like, you know, the manager, like the artist needs to worry about the art, you know, like if I'm here worrying about the music and stuff, and I still have to worry about getting myself
Right. You can't devote,
Yeah.
you can't, you either go 100% on something or 50-50 on, you know?
Exactly.
That's very smart, very smart. Talk to us about the relationship that you have with fashion. You know what I'm saying? The man came correct. The man's got the shades. You know what I'm saying? The man's got the tracksuit. The man's got the bag. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us about fashion. Where did your fashion sense come from? Do you look at other artists for inspiration? Do you look at magazines? Do you just let your brain pick out whatever it wants? What's your relationship with fashion like?
I mean, I remember when I first started the career, you know, I was I would say like a regular dude, you know, just the white tee, the cargo shorts, the Air Maxes, you know,
Yeah.
basic Miami flow, you know, regular. And then, you know, like as I started getting into career, you know, my manager would tell me, oh yeah, you gotta have the image, you know. And then at that time, since I wasn't really into, you know, I would always look at other artists and like pick and choose what I like, you know, what I feel comfortable with. And I guess with time, you know, you start picking up your own flow, you know. And also here, like Miami is a big fashion, big fashion city too, you know. So, you know, going out, seeing the stores, the mannequins too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so you start same thing with start filling up your mind with ideas, and then yeah, you start finding your own flow, and then shit,
Do you change it up depending on where you are? Like, is it different? Your fashion, is it different in Miami than it is in Colombia, than it is in Ecuador, than it is in Peru?
No. I mean, if it's cold, yeah, we're more
Of course,
jackets,
of course.
but no, like, nah, it's just like my personality, you know. But then I guess I mean when I'm on stage, yeah, that's a whole different thing. I go, you have to go ham for the shot.
Hell yeah.
Crazy jackets, the jewelry.
Gotta go all
I have
out.
the big chains. Here I have like, you know, my daily.
Right.
I have like the big ones, the jewelry, the crazy shades, you know, big jackets with fucking stones.
Hey.
The Versace pants.
Hey. Speaking about performing, if you could describe one of your performances to someone who has never seen it before, a live performance, how would you describe it?
My performance?
Yes, sir.
Shit, my shit is lit, bro.
Hey.
No, yeah, my show is a full show. I always come out with, depending on the venue size, 2 or 4 dancers, a DJ. I got smoke lights.
Damn.
Crowd interaction, you know. looking
Damn.
at the shorties, you know.
Hell yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's good.
Speaking of looking at the shorties, do you find it difficult or I mean, if it's something that you're interested in, holding a relationship down, when you have to have that public persona of, of the charismatic and the flirt and, all this, do you sometimes feel like it can mess with both of the worlds, or you haven't had that problem?
Well, it's definitely complicated to like hold a relationship with being involved in this industry, but if the si la pareja, if my girl, she has to understand, like that's my career, that's and then and at the end of the day, it's up to me, como que my intentions of doing it. I do that just for the show.
Right.
I could tell her, oh, por ejemplo, digo, buenas noches, México. ¿Dónde están todas las chicas lindas?
Right, right,
Stuff like
right.
that,
Of
las
course.
solteras.
Right.
And then yeah, I got fans writing to me, the girls all the time. Like sending me stuff.
Right. Tremendo problem to have, boy. You know what I'm saying?
And then, but if the girl understands where I'm coming from, and then like the situation that is gonna be like that's the career, then I don't. It could work out. But if she's very like a jealous type, and then it's never gonna work.
It's never going to work out. Talk to us about writer's block. A lot of the people that come on here, artists, sometimes they'll say they'll work on a song, kind of how you were talking about. They'll work on a song nonstop for 3 weeks straight, and then they can't write a word. They'll leave it for 2 weeks, and then they come back and they finish it. Do you ever get writer's block? What do you do? Do you just let it be, write it out? Do you do any exercises for it? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean that happens. That happens to everybody. That's very normal. But when it happens to me, I try to. I'm working on this project and I get that writer's block. I try to just go on to another project and I'll come back to that one later. Or sometimes that doesn't even work because that could mean that the brain is just saturated.
Yep.
So I just take like 1 or 2 days off. Work out, watch movies. Reading is really good too. Like, reading is very important to build your vocabulary, poetry, all that stuff. Yeah, and just try to I think for me, I just try to just relax, because when you get that writer's block, you get instantly stressed out because you can't write a word. It's just there like, so it's just there, just stressed, So I just try to relax, just take 1 day off, 2 days off, just chill. Maybe go to a pool, change scenery.
Right.
Go to the beach and go out. Yeah.
When you're traveling so often, is it difficult for you to like eat right? I mean, you're on the move. I mean, I'm sure that, if you're driving, like you said, 4 hours and 4 hours back, then an international flight, then 8 hours, are we making a pit stop at McDonald's, or are you trying to eat right? And also kind of a second part, if you aren't eating right, do you feel like that's affecting your performances?
No, definitely. Yeah, it's very hard to eat right when you're in the role like that. But I tried in what I can to eat the best I can. I guess like try to. I mean, I don't drink soda. I'm always with water. You see me, I'm always with water.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to eat maybe like almonds, stuff like
Right.
that, and then or like a little sandwich. Try to eat the healthiest I can with the options I have.
Right. Of course.
But then yeah, that also like I try to eat. I try to eat in the hotels maybe the best I can. A little salmon, a little steak or something like that. Like,
Nice. Nice.
and then yeah, for the shows, if I'm feeling kind of como pesado or something like that because of the food or something, I was a little Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Damn. Have you ever talk to us about, a moment of the show must go on? Maybe something happened, you were sick, you had fever, and you still had to perform, or, I don't know, a light freaking fell, like something that like obviously didn't go according to plan, but the show must go on.
Yeah, there was one time in Ecuador that I was the mid show, and then the DJ's equipment failed. and then his, like I was mid song, and then the beat just stopped, and I was just like, I looked back and I was like, yo, what happened? And then he was like, he's trying to fix it, and I was just like, damn. So then I just started interacting with the crowd, asking them, yo, how you guys feeling? No sé qué, cómo va mi gente, no? Una huella de este lado, tanto, no.
Damn, did a little crowd work
Yeah.
right there.
And then,
Improvised,
yeah, I had
huh?
to improvise, and then, he picked up the music, and then, all right, let's go back into it.
Wow. And then after that, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah, after that, thank God.
Thank God. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week in Open Time Out, we have three segments, and the second one is actually the movie review of the week. And you know what I'm saying? In this beautiful segment, we ask our illustrious guest for a suggestion, a recommendation. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you got a gang of 2,000 people. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to get ready for one of your performances, but they got like 2 hours to kill. You know what I'm saying? What would you suggest that they watch on their phones? Netflix, HBO, whatever it is, a TV show, a movie, maybe something that you've been binging yourself. What would you recommend?
Damn, I mean, lately I've been, I don't know. I think the last season, the last series I watched was Ozark.
Oh shit! Okay, nice.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, how many stars would you give Ozark out of 5?
Damn, I don't know what's a 5. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like 4. I don't know. I was very, I mean, personally 4. I was very,
Hooked on it?
hooked on it, so it
Yeah,
was pretty
me
cool.
too. And what about a movie? If you had to do a movie,
I recently saw the new Batman.
what'd you think, man? I watched it. What'd you think?
Damn, I'm not a really big, like superhero. Like I'm not that into like Marvel and stuff like that.
Right.
But then I saw Batman and I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Joker too. That movie was dope.
Dude,
That
The Dark
movie-
Knight?
No, the Joker. The
Oh, yeah.
new
You're right.
Joker,
With Joaquin Phoenix.
oof, that was fun.
Dude,
But
yeah.
this new Batman movie, I liked it a lot because it was very como I felt it that it was very pegado como a la realidad. It was very
Yeah,
realistic. It's not
yeah.
like, so I like that. I like the fucking como the escenografía
Uh-huh.
and the colors and that too. The acting too. I feel like it was a dope movie. I'll recommend that movie. All the time.
Okay. And then out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
Shit. I mean, shit. I don't know. Not like like a easy like a 4.5.
Hey, a 4 and a 4.5. All
That's
right.
high. That's high.
Yeah, man, that's high. That's high right there, man. That's a
Yeah.
tough critic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you for those movie and TV suggestions. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to check them out. What would you say if you could, I guess, if you could tell your younger self, what would be some of the biggest hardships that you would encounter when pursuing this career? What would it be?
Como que always don't ever lose that north. Like don't always gotta be the most that you gotta have discipline and the will. Like like don't get lazy. Don't like, give it the 100%. Yeah, I think it's mostly discipline. I think discipline is the most important thing in the career, to be honest.
Did you feel sometimes like you were like your only supporter at times, like earlier on, when you had the quote unquote the crazy idea to go after it, to pursue it, to really, like you said, go 100%? Did sometimes, was it frustrating? You did you worked so hard, you spent so much on a song and it's not doing the numbers that you want. Or maybe you're not getting the followers that you want on Instagram. Like, talk to me about those frustrations.
No, yeah, it could get could get very frustrating at certain points. But like I was saying, como que you gotta push through it. Just just a speed bump, you know.
Right,
Just,
hell
like,
yeah.
Gotta see it. They have to see it, then, you know, because if you make the problem bigger in your mind, then you make it bigger. But
Right.
just push through. Like, oh, this one, the next one, you know. Then if
Right.
it's not this one, then the next one, and
Damn.
then just yeah, just I think it's important just to have discipline and just to be able to continue after you feel down, after you. I mean, from all my friends, I think I'm the only one that's into the music. So all my friends were like, "Oh yeah, why don't you get a real job? Like, you know, get a like don't quit your job for a hobby. You know, like
Right.
it's telling me stuff like that." And my dad always supported me because obviously he lives off the music too. My mom was, you know, mom's always wanted to secure, oh, go to college, get a career,
Right.
you know. So
What's your support system like now as far as your family is concerned? I know your father's always been supportive. Is your mom kind of more on the bandwagon now?
no, yeah, definitely. Like after she saw like everything that's happened before, like, you know, uh, 2019 I signed with Universal in Mexico,
Sheesh.
so I dropped an album with them. I've been, you know, like sharing stage with big names like Juan Luis Guerra, Ozuna, Yandel,
Wow.
Nacho,
Oof. God.
and more. But yeah, so now she sees like, okay, it's real, you know. So it's not just like, oh, he's making beats in garage band, you know.
Yeah, he's not on Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us about, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you came with your boy. You know, you have a team behind you. Talk to us about the importance of having a team. You know, what was the difference from when you didn't have it and from when you do?
Yeah, when you know how a team is definitely harder, because you're just a one man team. You gotta do everything. You gotta think of strategies. You gotta think of, you know, your social media, your music, manage yourself, get yourself in, you know. So your head's everywhere.
Yeah.
Once you get a team, you have, or for example, I have like my main manager in Mexico. She's the one that overlooks everything. Then I have a person just for sales. I have a person just for social media, and then I have the road manager. I have a road manager like in each country. You know, so again, then
Shout out road manager. You know what I'm saying? There
yeah.
we go. There we go.
And then, you know, so that makes it easier. Like, you know, he'll be como que pendiente de me that everything's good. You know, the times yo like for example in the hotel, or he'll tell me you gotta be downstairs at 11 a.m. Let's say. So he'll be there making sure that I get there 11 a.m. And I used to worry about one thing, my interview, or come on, I don't have to coordinate all this stuff.
Right. You don't have to worry about it. You can just put
Yeah.
your head in the game.
So I feel like a team is very very like vital. If not, your head's gonna be everywhere, and at the end, because you're gonna be doing like small steps in each direction, and it's gonna be like going really slow because you're
Right.
just going a little bit here and then a little bit here. It's better if you got a person here doing 100 and I'm doing 100 here, and then
Hell yeah. You had mentioned sharing the stage with some of the biggest names in the world. Have you gotten a chance to get any advice from anybody that you've performed with or shared the stage? And if so, what has anybody told you as far as advice?
yeah, I had a chance to have a conversation with Juan Luis Guerra,
Wow.
and then he was telling me, you know, I remember he told me he met me and he's like, oh shit, you look like a good kid, you know. I see you got a heart, because that was actually my first show ever. Like my first big show was opening up for Juan Luis Guerra.
Wow.
I mean, before that I had done like schools, but like, you know, actual show, like it was a free show for the like para el pueblo, you know. So it was just packed, you know. It was free for everybody, so everybody
Yeah,
was
oh,
packed.
those get packed.
So it was Juan Luis Guerra. So
Por
imagine people
Dios.
from other pueblos were traveling there.
Oh
So
my God.
it was like a river of people.
Damn. Looking like damn Woodstock out there, bro.
Like, super nervous, you know, my first time.
I was gonna say, were you nervous?
I take like 2 shots of whiskey.
Damn, bro.
And I was like, oh, fucking. I always tell people, like, I see like a show, like maybe like a like a fight in high school. 'Cause I don't know about professional fight. It should be different right now. Back then, like in high school, you were like, oh shit, I'm about to fight after school. You're there like thinking the whole day, and then like once you once you go fight, it's like super quick.
It happens super. Everybody says it,
Yeah, so
man.
you just face it, and that's it. That's how I see it. Like, oh, you get nervous, but then like, fucker, just go in, and
Hey.
then it'll be over quicker. Than by the time you're already getting off stage, you're like, oh shit, I did it. I remember
Damn.
I was very emotional. I started tearing and all that
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Well, after the performance?
Yeah. I was like,
Wow.
yo, shit, I'm doing this.
I'm doing this for real, bro.
And
Hell
then
yeah.
that's when I had that talk with Juan Liguera, and he was telling me, yo, you got heart, don't. He would tell me, don't ever lose your focus. Like it's gonna get hard at times, but just push through. And if this is what you really love, and you wanna do it, si hay las ganas, se puede hacerlo.
Wow.
If you want it, you could get it. Just push. Just, it could take 15 years. It could take 2. It could.
Damn. I'm out here getting goosebumps. How were you? I mean, how was it to sit down with such an icon and like for him to give you his personal time like that?
I was first of all, that guy is huge.
Right.
He's
Oh yeah, like physically, like
Yeah,
literally
physically,
huge.
yeah. He's tall.
I thought you meant like he's like a huge artist. I was like, no,
That's
like he's literally big.
No, then I was also like, I was, nervous. Of course, I was there. I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
Right. Do you still get nervous now when you're performing? Is it a different type of nervous? Do you not get nervous? What's it like before a performance now?
No, yeah, definitely. I always get some type of like, I got the little butterflies, But then I try to calm down and pray, just stretch out, warm up, and that's again. And then same thing like a fight,
Right.
They'll come into El Camerino, and they'll be like, yo, in 2 minutes you're out.
Yeah,
All right, let's
that's
go, let's go.
wild. Damn. What would you say? I guess is the reason why you felt that you needed to move back to Colombia. I know that you obviously fly back and forth and all that good stuff. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're currently stationed over there, right?
Yeah.
Why did you feel the need to move back?
I mean, number one right now, though, like right now, the music industry over there is very, like I would say the biggest producers are coming out from there. The new artists are coming out from there. All the
Very
music's
true.
coming out from there. Even like hasta the Puerto Ricans are recording over there, and working con los colombianos, And then over there also I have, I have like I know a lot of people over there that could help me in the industry too. I have friends in Sony Music, like the big producers I named. I worked with Fade, Fade.
Of course.
He's big now, but I worked with him right before he started blowing up, and then so I think over there El Campo is more playable here. I would say like here in Miami, there's a lot of talent in Miami,
Of course.
but then people don't want to help each other here.
They
People are
don't,
very
man.
cerrados, and then,
Yeah.
here you got the big names, like people that live here, Nicky Jam, Star Island, Balvin, and then you got like the I don't want to say the small times. I don't, no disrespect,
No, not at all.
And then so like there's no middle ground. No, then like the people that are in between don't want to help. They don't want to give out their hand. It's just me, and everything's about money. So
Do you feel like
it's hard out here.
do you feel like over there there's more like cariño, more like
Yeah,
open?
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. People over there want to help each other out, and it's más como que everybody's from the same nation. They're all coming out. Oh, let's make Colombia blow.
Right.
Here's more of like, oh, it's me. Like
Yeah.
move over, it's me.
Yeah. Kind of on the same token, not only how are artists different, but how are audiences different in when you're performing in Colombia than when you're performing in Miami?
I mean, I've never performed in Colombia, but like I feel like como que Latin America's gente is more alive, happier. Miami is very, any artist would tell you Miami is a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot of people that pay VIP, and like a concert just to sit up in the front and just to flex. I got a bottle.
Yeah.
And, like they just trying to look hard, and then like they don't want to enjoy it to not look soft or whatever.
It's so, yeah.
So I guess aquí is very como de apariencia is very.
Yeah.
So that's a tough crowd. People are like so you got like the whole VIP area in the front, but nobody's dancing, and then you got the people in GA, going at it. It should be the other way around,
It's
right?
very true. God, that's damn. I didn't even. Oh man. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm talking about. We have three. I said three segments, and the last one is actually the quest for the truth. You know what I'm talking about. And in this beautiful segment, I ask a random emphasis. On the word random question from this here deck of cards. I don't know what it's gonna be, but here
That's dope.
we go. All right. We already did this one. All right. Okay, this one's okay. Let's see. This one's okay. Here we go. What did you learn about money from your family?
What did I learn about money
From
my
your family?
Shit, yeah. I think I got both extremes in my family. So I mean, I learned my dad's a little big spender. My mom is more of save up,
Conservative?
conservative. So I think I learned money comes and goes, but you gotta play it safe too at certain times. That's all.
So what are you in the middle or are you a little bit more?
I feel like I'm more in the middle. I also you gotta enjoy life.
Right.
You have to. If I have it, I should spend it. But tampoco I'm not gonna not eat tomorrow because I spend it all today.
Right.
So it's a balance between enjoying the money and saving up for the future. I guess. And then yeah. So I guess that's pretty much Money comes and goes but save up some for tomorrow.
Okay. Here we go. Before we start wrapping up this fantastic mammoth of an episode, I definitely have a couple more questions that I want to get into. I do want to know if you could describe, I know you had already described what one of your live performances is to someone who's never been to one, but if you could describe your sound to someone who's never listened to any of your songs, how would you describe it?
If when I hear a mix of hip hop, R&B, and reggaeton, I could say that's my sound, or very. The ladies will love it, that's for sure.
Hey! What do you feel is like, if you dive into your demographics, what is it looking? What are we appealing to? Is it the 18 to 25 crowd? Is it 25 to 30? Is it more males, more females? Is it a even mix? Is it heavily females? What's your demographic looking like right now?
Last time we checked, it was 76% women.
Woo!
Yeah, resto were male, and then 18 to 28.
It's good age. It's
Yeah.
good range.
Yeah.
Good range. So do you try to appeal to that as much as possible?
Of course, yeah, I try to, most like I said, my music is I would say mostly for the ladies. My content too, try to keep in shape, come out shirtless, all that stuff.
Damn. What do you think about? I gotta ask. I just want to ask. Do you know anything about the whole thing that's going on with Reciente and J Balvin?
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole thing? Talk to me. Damn,
I'm in a tough one. No, I don't know. I mean, I respect both artists. Both of these artists are big. Reciente's tremendo cerebro. He's very smart. His writing is in another level. Multi-Grammy winner.
his lyrics are out of the world.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like the whole thing it was just out of pocket. There's no J Balvin's always been. I've met J Balvin a couple of times personally. And I mean, to me, people say como que no, but to me, personally, I feel like he's very down to earth, humble guy. Is very okay. He's not in siempre anda tranquilo, And then that's what I noticed. Como que J Balvin's doing his thing, he's blowing up. He's making tons of money.
Right.
He has his whole movement going on, and then Residente to come out with just dissing him out of nowhere,
like a damn 30-minute track.
Yeah, no, and he went hard on that.
He did. He really did. He did.
But just I guess to me it was a little bit uncalled for, and and it could be something como que I don't want to say como que trying to look for clout porque he doesn't really need that, but
right.
It was just I feel like it was just uncalled for, it was just extra.
Yeah.
Like this guy is not even paying attention to him, and he's just like como que se le ve la rabia que le tiene. I'm like, damn. I don't know, man. I
feel you on that. And brother, I gotta ask, how did the pandemic affect your process? Did you know what I'm saying? Did you have to stay and not tour for a long time? Did you have so much like ansiedad to get back out there that you were writing a new song every day? Like what was the pandemic like for you?
It definitely affected a lot. I just started right now. Like I'm on the 22nd. I'm gonna go to Mexico for a show. I'm literally just getting back into touring. So it's been like 2 years maybe.
Okay.
Right? But then so I was a little bit, I had savings, so I wasn't tampoco struggling, but yeah, I wasn't getting any income,
right.
So I was like. So then I just focused myself on writing a lot. I started practicing writing, producing. So that was, and since we were on lockdown and stuff, I was literally like forcing myself to get into the TikToks, and I was update the dances, all stuff, and then just encerrado in the studio, just. They back to back, just working on music, just trying to get better. So then when the time came, like my sound is, not I don't say perfected, but yeah, in the next level,
Right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what an episode for the books. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on. Can we please give it up for our guest, LB today? My brother, thank you again so much for dropping on by. What a phenomenal episode. We can't wait to have you come back, you know what I'm saying? Whenever it is that you can back in Miami. The door is always open for you. You know what I'm saying? Before we start wrapping up, talk to us about social media. Where can the people follow you, follow your journey? Talk to us.
All right, first though, thank you again for having me. And then for everybody, you guys could follow me in all social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Te lo dice LB.
Here we go. All right. You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. So please hit him with that follow. Let him know that we sent you. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any shout outs before we wrap up?
I just want to give a shout out to you, man.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I always end the episode with one final question. I'm kind of ruminating over what it's going to be, and I think I got it. My brother, LB, if you could tell a young LB, an 8-year-old LB who just moved, if you could tell him anything, what would it be?
Damn. Okay, you're the still,
and you can do it in Spanish if you want. You
was still. I mean, you're still very young. There's not much you could tell you to get in his head, I mean, you could tell him, hey, enjoy life, man. Enjoy life and have fun with, dig into that music roots you got and have fun with it. Enjoy it. And be smart. Don't do drugs.
Hell yeah, turn it into a damn Dare commercial. Hell yeah, my brother. Again, thank you so much for dropping on by. An absolute movie. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You go on Spotify, you go on Deezer, you go on Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But more than anything, you go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got 72 damn cameras in here so you can see everybody's face and outfits. You know what I'm saying? Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla.
You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. When you can push it to the limit, it gets real.